let's talk a little bit about moving to Kuala Lumpur. Why am I here? And after a few weeks, I have to say, there's probably like, let's say, 3 big reasons. Welcome to Kuala Lumpur. In this video series, I'll take you along over the next few weeks in the big city, what type of life you could be living there, the first impressions, cost of living, and so much more. It's made it to a new home right now for the next 3 nights. As you can tell, we're starting off the morning, hanging out a little bit here by the pool, looking at the Petronas Towers, looking at the TV tower, and it's the only time right now when there's nobody by the pool. I'm staying at this really interesting building, and today I'm gonna take you along a little bit on the day and share with you why KL really blew me away in terms of life quality, in terms of what you can do here. Thought would stay for a week or 2. Like I mentioned it in many cities, but this is probably the most livable city for a few reasons. And let's talk a little bit about it. Why am I staying here? It's the morning. Let's get in a quick workout. So guys, let's talk. Just to begin the video already, I think it will answer a lot of questions. You've probably seen the previous few videos, but I guess this is something. So we're standing here with this view, and you might think, you know, it's like some fancy apartment building, probably, you know, have to sell your soul for it. But in reality, you know, I talk about it all the time. It's like, go to places that offer more. And in this case, it's kind of like this tag word of geo arbitrage. So just like if you go to some countries, you can just get so much more value by paying the same amount. So just generally a little bit the cost of living here in the building. During the week, like on a short rental, I'm paying, I think, like $28. And of course, prices change. Like people ask me all the time, like, oh, send me the link, you know, with seasons. Like I just go into Airbnb, and within like 10-20 minutes to kind of like figure out the best deal. So it's a skill pretty much like anything else, like finding these places. But yeah, I really wanted to get into a routine whenever I travel. Like there has been the Philippine trip for a month, and that was intense. Go. It was an amazing time. The videos are up by now. But just to come back a little bit to a place and to live on $1,000, like back in the day, there were these titles like live like a king on $1,000. And honestly, for me, that's kind of like how I feel, because I have all what I need here. I have an amazing morning routine, waking up, coming up here, there is nobody, feeling good, recharging, getting the creativity flowing in the morning, but much more so the Kuala Lumpur skyline and just the area that I'm staying, so much greenery, at the same time just the big city, you know, like you hear the sound coming up in the morning. And actually I recorded a little bit of a talk earlier in the gym. I probably will share it towards the end of the video, a little bit of a whatever corny motivational speech, if you will, when you're way too caffeinated after a workout. That is coming up. So that is number one, just the cost of living. For around $1,000 I can like live an amazing productive life here so far for the last 10 days or something like that already, leaving Kuala Lumpur in a few days to go to the island of Langkawi. There's much more videos from KL first coming. And I would say that's kind of like the second reason, is that it's a great city to build a daily life. I also had some friends passing through. Ali was in town with me, then I was meeting up with Stefan, just met Lawrence a few days ago. And it's not a hub maybe like Dubai, or definitely not a hub like Bali, but it is a place where people pass through. Especially speaking of Bali, this is kind of like the visa run place. And I've looked up in terms of the index, like the financial index, Kuala Lumpur is, let's say, one of the most affordable McDonald's, I think, on place 2, right after Indonesia. Yesterday I got a Whopper at Burger King, you know, like the little temptations once a week maybe. And I noticed that, wow, it was like $3 again, coming back to the cost of living. But the second part is really building a productive life without breaking the bank. So I have to say, honestly, I probably will do a full cost of living video, but just like groceries, it's not that easy, especially in the city center. It's a little bit like, you know, imported products, fruits, veggies, so on. Meat price is fine, but those are kind of like the things that I pay attention to. But you have to say that Kuala Lumpur, in my opinion, has not at all yet caught up with kind of like the value that it is providing. So I was like, wait, when I got here, this is a fantastic base, and I definitely will be back again for a month just to lock up myself in one of these amazing apartment buildings, have a pool, have a gym. And yeah, and the third big reason is come often here?
Twice.
Twice? So
We come here every day. What do you mean? Oh, we're acting right now.
We're acting right now, yeah. Let's go find out on the roof. And today's video is brought to you by Level 8. Guys, so for the longest time I have been on the road always with the carry-on, but since I have the Gibraltar aluminum carry-on by Level 8, I have to tell you, it's absolutely a new level. So it's fully aluminum. The build is amazing, I have to tell you. And considering other like luxury, high quality suitcase brands, they're also fairly affordable. But with my code Danny15, you can get 15% off any of their suitcases. Recently, I have upgraded to also have a checked luggage, so I have more storage than I've ever had before. And as of right now, you have the chance also to get one completely for free. So if you would want to win one of them, you will find all the information in the description as well as in the comment section. So first of all, go to my Instagram page. I'll be putting up a post. It will be up for at least a week, so everything will be described there. But if you missed the giveaway, you can either snag yourself one of them right away with 15% off, Danny15, or on top of that, you can check out the Instagram page of Level 8, because very often they have special discounts, promotions. They also sometimes do giveaways on their own page themselves. So now this one I had already for over half a year, and I guess that speaks for the quality. So on that note, thank you Level 8, sponsoring today's video. Whew, back on the roof, so that is a little bit the life. And yeah, I was just thinking like, let's introduce her a little bit back to the vlog.
Hi guys.
Where have you been?
I was in Thailand, in Chiang Mai, staying with my friends. Had a farmer life there.
Farmer life? Well, like Instagram farmer life type of thing. you know these people, they make like nice atmospheric farm videos. Your friend is building this bamboo house?
Yeah, bamboo house is like a farm in Qingdao. Chiang Mai is like a village, super beautiful.
So what's the plan in Malaysia?
We're gonna be leaving to Langkawi soon, and then gonna go to Penang. So we're gonna be traveling like the major tourist, attractions, cities in Malaysia. So it's gonna be quite interesting.
Yeah. So far, thoughts on KL? I was just telling them a little bit about living here, why we kind of like it. You have to be honest, the first few days you were like, I'm not sure what you're all about, because the first apartment we had, it was nice, but it was not the best area. Like here the area is very pleasant, the other area is a little bit outskirts. So
but this building we're living in right now is completely blown away. Like I couldn't imagine there are just so many to offer in one building. Like it's crazy. And also compared with the rental price here is absolutely just like unbelievable.
Yeah, but we're probably going to be moving out right now. They're doubling the price on the weekend, trying to negotiate on Airbnb right now.
Annoying.
I mean, we're talking about the building a lot, so I guess let's take you a little bit into the apartment. That's also kind of like we have to move out right now, sort of. And I don't mind moving. I would stay here for over a week, so get a little bit of a change of scenery as well. So let me tour you around a little bit the apartment, and we actually will be back. Already booked another weekend this one, so maybe if you're interested, let me know if you want to see a full apartment tour of this place. Whew, okay. Coming into the room just to give you a quick little tour. I'm already hyping up this building. I think so far KL, the whole series is a little bit like, wow, such amazing condo buildings. This is a bigger apartment we moved to, paying I think $30. Now for the weekend I just extended for $51. So in KL they really like to do their weekend rates, but still I would say for what we get, very, very nice deal. So quite big bed, nice little sofa, seating, TV, and yeah, looking at the second tallest building in the world. And I would say, considering the fact, probably showed you in the beginning, it's called Merdeka. Considering the fact, where else in the world would you could be stay for that money? You know, looking at the tallest structure in the whole town. They're actually just finishing it up. It's a very new building, supposed to be finished by the end of 2022. But yeah, and the other cool thing is that there's also a little cooking, I don't know how to call it, like a hidden cooking area. And yeah, so gonna be moving probably tomorrow. And for me today on this schedule, I think after this there's gonna be a video a little bit about Kuala Lumpur, how it is in the evenings, maybe go out, have some food, take you to some different areas. So for now, let's go to the co-working and I'll show you the other sick parts of just kind of like living here. There's this garden they have here, or at least I think 5 of those gardens. The best one in my opinion is on the 31st floor. Let me show you. So packed up everything, going to work. Gonna go make money.
Oh, here make money.
Awesome.
Small money.
Got Bianca a GoPro for her to try out a little bit. Made it to the 36th floor, got the backpack. It's gonna be a little bit of working time right now. So the cool thing is they have this place, it's called Business Lounge. And you know, many of these buildings have things like that, but this one's actually, I would say, yep. Need a key, everything is super secure here. Let's push, whoop, so coming in. I would say the only potential downside of this place is that it's an ice box. There's no way around it, but yeah, so it's a Friday, and as I said, it gets very busy on the weekends, and it's like full of, I would say, mostly tourists and probably also domestic tourism. And because of that, obviously people are not here necessarily to work, which leaves the place most of the time completely to myself. I absolutely love it. So I'm just gonna do a little bit my laptop setup. We'll show you that as well. It's kind of like my keyboard out. In the last few months I had a really good routine with it. So yeah, usually this is also a little bit the day in the life. This is another reason why I moved to Malaysia, if you will, Kuala Lumpur. It's probably going to be a little bit over a month.
Oh yeah.
Good vibes only. And I would say on that note, now that you see a little bit how the magic behind the scenes is being created, most of the time where I do the editing, all the behind the scenes stuff, and the 31st floor, a place to go down to during sunsets, but really at any time of the day. Just looking out of the window here right now. Guys, look at it. 36th floor business lounge here. The mentioned Merdeka building, second tallest tower in the world. But let me tell you one thing, in terms of views, well, where I'm about to take you, this cannot compete. So 31st floor, let's go. Just come. So here we are on the 31st floor. That's kind of like the cool thing. The roof is super busy, but here we have one of the pocket gardens. And I guess I don't have to explain too much why I'm so hyped about this place. So even though this equipment, let's say, is rather decorative, this view, it's just really something else. I was just looking at the camera screen. And if you look at it, like right now, it's just so bright. So you can just sit down here, get a tan, but especially during sunset, if you kind of like walk through this thing, maybe I'm gonna come later, get a little bit of a B-roll shot for you. But yeah, just kind of like over the years, what I have found, and I keep talking about it, is that, you know, there's few things that money can buy that truly raise life quality. And I feel like having a functional place where you're staying, depending on your goals at that current time, if I want to relax, disconnect, connect with nature, be calm, be quiet, then obviously a different type of accommodation, maybe somewhere even without internet, could be a great option. Like traveling through the Philippines, some places like truly feel like a little bit like you're in a different world. But when the goal is to kind of like the opposite, you know, connect with goals, connect with certain ideas, but also like not have the interruptions of the day where, let's say, you have to go and like take the commute, take the drive to the gym, you have to go to places to experience a certain sense of like novelty and like something's exciting, something's interesting, to the sense of like I can come out here and this is like an entertainment free time experience. And obviously by living here you get used to everything, but if you stay here for a week or two, it's kind of like I barely have to leave the building, and every time I kind of like find a new little pocket place inside of the building. And just, yeah, amazing life quality, especially if you're like depending on the, let's say, the mission that I have right now. Little speech of today, but yeah, guys, just wanted really to share with you this moment, to share with you this little chapter in life of living in KL. The next few videos are probably going to be much more upbeat, much more fast paced. I think later today might be filming a little bit of a night out in Kuala Lumpur, just to show you in the evenings. The city looks absolutely incredible, as you can imagine. And then also gonna go into Chinatown. Gonna show you, let's say, that this is like super modern Kuala Lumpur, but there's so many different ethnicities living together here. So many different food, different, like if you arrive in KL, I hear it from many people, it's kind of like hard to say, you know, there's no one type of, let's say, culture and language, and it's just such an interesting mix. And so on that note, I hope you enjoyed today's little insight, and I think I will leave you with a little clip I filmed earlier this morning, just to share with you a little bit further the feeling of the past few days, of this place, of the life here. And yeah, if you're new here by any chance, my name is Dan, and this is kind of like what I've been doing and sharing for the past 5 years, building that life and documenting it here on the Got a World to See channel. And yeah, you can join me on Instagram if you want to see where I am right now, what I'm up to. It's also the best way to connect me, to get in touch with me. And on that note, let me give you a bit more impressions from earlier today. And you too, got a world to see. Just starting off the mornings in KL. I'm in the new building. I think this is called something Ceylonz. And you know, as corny as it may sound, just kind of like starting your morning in the middle of a huge city with all these buildings, it makes me think about like human just capabilities, ingenuity, just what we were able to build over the years. And especially in a city like Kuala Lumpur that just, you know, as rich as the history is, pretty much the modernity, all of this has been built within the past few decades. And it just makes me think and appreciate just like the human strive for growth and betterment and innovation. And you know, not to say that, my God, seriously, it just makes me feel alive. It makes me consider what is possible. Whenever people say like, hey, it's not nature, it's man-made, it's like, yes, exactly, it's man-made. It's what we have been able to do. Look at this, absolutely beautiful, especially here with all this greenery, the city of Kuala Lumpur. I mean, guys, this is a love letter to KL, I have to say. And of course, living in every city, it might get boring and mundane, but there is not too many cities that have been impressing me as much, especially on a second visit, as KL did right now. So if we walk over to the other side, we're seeing the Merdeka building, which is still under construction slightly, so it's almost finished. It is the second tallest tower in the world, and just the fact that it's kind of like freestanding, it's just slightly under the Burj Khalifa, makes you stand here and makes you think like, hey, why are you not going out there and building your tower, the tower of your life, your story, your legacy? Like, how many people have been involved in building this tower? There's someone behind it. There's a group of people behind it. There's these trains passing by down there. Just so much life here. That is on the one side the caffeine speaking out of me. On the other side, we're gonna get a nice workout in right now. I'm not sure where I'm gonna chuck this in, probably at the end of some type of video. But this is the mornings. This is why I always preach, get up in the morning, be by yourself, get the body going, get the blood flow going, wake up the mind. We're not here to just survive and just get by and just, you know, oh my God, I hope everything will be fine. It's like, we gotta be a little bit fearless. We gotta feel the weight and responsibility of the world, to the sense of there are things that need to be done. There are buildings that need to be built. There are problems that need to be solved. And I'm not talking about like endless expansion and more growth. Growth can look very, very differently. But just, again, looking at a skyline, that's kind of like what I see in it, especially if it's executed so perfectly and beautifully like it is right now. So enjoy. And you too. Got a world to see. This is what Got a World to See is all about.
Try and get grit, but it don't make sense. Cause you can lose life on this fast.